What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something completely different. So in this case in front of me, we have what you'd probably not expect, surprise, a compressed air tank. Why do I have a compressed air tank? That is a great question, to which I have a fantastic answer. That is because we are messing with this amazing piece of hardware, an air rifle from FX Airguns. This is the DRS Tactical, and our good friends over at EOTECH Airguns sent it over to us. This thing is really, really cool. 25 caliber, 500 millimeter barrel. But before we get into all those juicy details, let's show you what it comes with. So first off, we've got our hose. This is for filling from the tank, obviously, to the air gun. We have our 25 millimeter air gun pellets, 25 caliber, excuse me. It's all that European math stuff. It's hard for me to figure out. And then we have what you guys would probably think of as, and I'll show you later, a suppressor, but in fact, it is not. It is a moderator. Do not try to use this as a suppressor. So that is what this awesome kit comes with. But now let's dig into all the juicy details of the FX DRS Tactical. Starting from the back, this is compatible with mil-spec AR buffer tubes and stocks, which is super cool. In fact, the controls feel very AR-like. The only real difference you notice here is that safe and fire are opposite of what you'd see on a normal AR rifle. It has a side cocking or slide lever, so basically you're going to just use this to cycle the action, bolt action style. And then it has this very cool little rotary magazine, which it has a capacity of 12 pellets, and it just slips right in there and you're ready to rock and roll. This thing can shoot these 25 caliber pellets at 880 FPS. So it is not a toy, let me tell you. You can do some pretty cool work with these things, and they are surprisingly quiet. Without the moderator, it sounds kind of like a 22, and with this, as you guys will be seeing and hearing from our awesome range footage, it's really quiet. It's very, very cool. And moving forward, we have our fill port right here. So you just put that in there when you attach it to the tank, and you can fill it to right at 230 bar. You can see the pressure gauge right here. It does go to 250. Recommended fill, however, is 230 bar. That's going to get you about 70 shots with 25 caliber pellets. And like I said, those are going at 880 FPS. And we've got somewhere in the 3,300 range PSI for that. So this thing, like I said, it's putting out some pretty serious energy. And because of that, because of the hunting capability and the sport shooting recreational uses that this thing has, they have really, like I said, in the back, you can use AR stocks and buffer tubes, and you can also use real optics, which is why we're looking at this thing and evaluating it, because like I said, there's people actually doing some pretty cool stuff out there. You should go check it out on the Instagrams. So here we've got our Voodoo X 1-6. We also have an HWS that we ran on it. It's got full Picatinny rail, so if you wanted to get crazy with it and put, you know, thermals and night vision up here, there's a lot of capability, lasers, all the fun toys that we should encourage you to go over to our website, eotechinc.com, and buy. What is, you know, sort of the deal with this? Why are people doing this? Well, one, like I said, it is not considered a firearm by the ATF. It can be mailed directly to your door. And with the moderator, which I'll break out right now, it is actually very, very quiet. So if you wanted to get into things, like I said, small game hunting, target shooting, maybe in an area where sound, noise may be a problem, like your backyard, you can do that. And it's a lot easier for beginning shooters. Maybe you have kids or somebody who's not super confident with firearms. This is a great tool to get them sort of spun up on the idea of, you know, shooting projectiles at relatively serious velocities downrange. So it's just a really, really, it's a ton of fun to shoot, I'm gonna be honest, but it's actually pretty practical and useful as well. We've been really enjoying using it. It's one of those things, it's almost like the first time you shoot full auto, you can't help but giggle. Shooting this for the first time, totally giggled the same way. Great trigger, it's adjustable, and this is just an awesome platform overall. Yeah, so guys, like I was saying, this is just, It's surprisingly useful, but like I said, it's also a lot of fun, and it has a lot of interesting applications. This, like I said at the beginning of the video, is the 500 millimeter barrel. It also comes in 6 and 700 millimeter, which this 500 millimeter barrel is the 210 cc version, but obviously as you extend barrel length, you're going to get more capacity of cc's for your air tank actually in the gun, which is going to give you more shots. Not going to change your overall velocity, however. Just make a note of that. As long as you're not changing your pellet weight, that is something to consider, because like with all firearms and non-firearms, physics applies. By the way, if you thought this is cool, and if you don't think this is cool, I don't know what's wrong with you, then stay tuned. We're going to do a separate video where we talk about some of the very unique, special, tactical applications of air guns and how they're being utilized by law enforcement these days. So stay tuned for that one, and put comments down below on what you think law enforcement and special people are using these awesome tools for. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that safety rules also apply for this. Like I said, this is it's not a toy. It's a lot of fun. It's very useful, but guys, obviously all firearm safety rules always apply. But in general, if you are looking to maybe get into this, maybe you didn't know about stuff like this, then I would highly encourage you to check it out. Go over to Utah Airguns. That's who we got this from. Really appreciate them sending this over, and we appreciate FX building really awesome tools like this. Guys, you got any comments, questions? Put them below. Thank you so much for watching. Train Hard, Live Free. See you next time.